everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 624. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I am Mako-chan.
And I believe Barry Mellon is hustling their way over to the chat now, so part of me wants to play like some type of running music in the background for them, but as soon as they ping us in our group chat, we will bring them in. Actually, let me see if I can actually invite them in one more time.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and...
Well, anyone who had bets on that happening, go ahead and collect your money. Remember, I get 10% off the top and Mako-chan gets 15.
Bullshit, I get it all.
Yeah, okay. Sure you do. On what grounds?
On the grounds that there's a convention coming up and I'm broke.
That's not an excuse, but to quote Judge Mills Lane, I'll allow it. Speaking of broke for conventions, don't get me started. Oh, God. Okay. I'll take care of it later. Because I'm going to a convention this weekend, and I didn't realize how far I'd have to travel, but the price of the train ticket is not that bad, so I can't complain. And I'm doing it all in a day. And I've done things similar to this, but not this, how you say, haphazard. I will talk about that a little bit later. Let me see if I can bring Barry into the chat here. Ring-a-dingy, 2 ring-a-dingy, 3 ring-a-dingy, 4 ring-a-dingy, 5 ring-a-dingy, 6. Unavailable. Well, when they are ready, they will ping us and we will flip things over to 3-player mode where they will join us and so forth. So, you know. All right.
Do you think that they're actually supposed to be joining us?
Well, yeah. As far as I know, yes. Because there have been times Barry has forgotten, and we've both made an agreement to set a calendar alarm for this. So I don't think they forgot. So, and the funny thing is, I'm like, I should ping them to remind them. But the last time I pinged them, they were like, oh, I know, I already got it in my schedule. Cool. I just wanted to leave it at that. All right, enough about that. Let's kind of get the ball rolling tonight here, you know? We are live tonight, week of March 12th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. We are here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, or also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can find them on Twitch at Twitch TV/vognetwork. They kick things off on Sundays with the Bobby Blackwolf Show at 8, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. Awesome. And please come hang out in our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's a part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through and hang out. We'd love to hear from you. Depending on what you talk about, we may add as part of our rundown. Every little bit counts. So there. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to go with how was your week? How was your day? And kicking that off is Mako-chan.
Yeah, so week and day. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. And doing nothing. Well, no, I lied. I started putting together my Lego bonsai.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the light kit to go with it, not realizing that now I have to find very specific Lego pieces to go over the lights. I did not remember reading anything like that, so now I have to find, I think, like 16 clear pink round Lego pieces.
The,
Yeah.
the ones that
So,
look like lights that go onto a Lego car.
yes.
You're probably gonna have to find them on Lego's website, or somebody's gonna have to custom make them.
Well, no, they do have them. They are an available brick.
Okay, that's good.
Matter of now I have to pick up even more crap.
But it's delectable crap. It's hobbyist crap, you
It
know?
is. It's very pretty crap once it's put together.
There you
Except
go.
the directions that come with it are kind of like IKEA directions.
But they always say how IKEA directions look like putting together a Lego set, so.
Yeah, but this isn't a Lego set. This is actual lights with wires. And while I don't have to do any soldering or anything like that because the ends to plug into the battery pack are already there,
Yeah.
I still have to wire the damn thing. Yeah, so
As the saying goes, it is what it is.
yeah, other than that, I'm just
I'm
trying
sorry.
to get everything together for the wonderful, lovely convention. And I got my taxes within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and it's almost all gone now. Unfortunately, I had to take Damien for his yearly vet visit. So that killed $350.
Oh, poor Fangless.
Yeah, he lost a tooth at the vets. And I love it. It was me, my mother, the vet, and a vet tech. And he bit down into a towel and the tooth just kind of, dropped out. Blink. And the four of us just looked at the tooth and looked at each other and said, well, that happened.
Blink.
That's not even the reason why I had to take him to the vet. It's just his yearly, allergy bullshit that I have to deal with.
But you love his bullshit. Come on now.
No, I love him. I don't love his bullshit. He is the most expensive freaking animal I have ever owned. Or I should say, he is the most expensive freaking animal that I've been the one that had to actually pay for.
And despite all of that, if he comes up to you and jumps in your lap and purrs, you're just like, all is forgiven.
Pretty much.
See, there you go.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. All right. So, my weekend day has been the same old. It's been work. But, again, it's been a little bit more hectic and chaotic because we have brand new people working at the company. And it's like, I don't have as much free time at work to do stuff. Like, do, like, online, studying and tutorials, what like they want us to do. Like, we have what's called LinkedIn Learning. So we haven't been able to use that in a while because it's just been busy. And there's other things. So, there's that. This weekend, I think I said I got in a little bit more time of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There are some changes in there. I don't like the card game, but I will deal with it. And I continue to work on my Anime NYC photos. And again, I apologize for that. I am working on them. I will have like a complete summary of what's been going on with those photos on my Facebook fan page. It's nothing bad. It's just time and the energy. And so it looks like we have a berry. Let me go ahead and flip this over and bring them into the chat here. Properties. All right. Okay, Barry, you can go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Alrighty. I think it should be working.
Yes. Will there be a picture of you, or will you be in 3D mode tonight?
I thought that a picture should be coming up for me, but Skype is not behaving itself. So let
Yep.
me try and get that sorted real quick.
And I know people are like, well, why don't you use Discord? Okay. Using Discord requires multiple layers of sources, and it's something I don't want to use. I have a special plugin that allows me to put 3 separate sources on one page. It makes it so much easier. Once that plugin is supported by Teams, I will switch over to that if need be. Or once it's supported by Discord, I will gladly switch over to that. So, you know. And as Pod Culture say in our chat room here at twitch.tv/anime jam session, Skype misbehaving. Imagine that. I don't think it's Skype per se. It's just everything that connects together into Skype, you know? And Mr. J says, Skype, what is this, 2009? No, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Let's see.
This is Patrick.
I think that this should work.
Yep,
Okay.
I see an 8-bit berry.
Yeah, that's gonna be the word today.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
Mhm.
Hey, you just showed up in the nick of time because how was your week? How was your day? And how was your month? You sassy little shit, you.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love my chat, but they also are absolute degenerates and can't stop, won't stop. So we were a little tardy today, and I do apologize.
It's all
Because
good.
chat was all about hyping up. And that's good, you know, like it's awesome when your community really wants to hype you and share a lot of love with you. But then you're like, okay, I'm trying to go. We're trying to get there, guys. We're trying to go. And I love them very much, but they're also very silly. But I do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, I'm sorry ads ate up like 90% of your message to me, so I do apologize. I didn't see that.
I need to readjust those ads because I don't mind a couple of ads playing throughout the show, but we have our ads for health and information and cool stuff, and then those I'm like, no, we want those to show up maybe another 15-20 minutes down the line. I need to figure that out. So
no, it's all good. It's not streaming unless it's scuffed, right, chat? It's always going to be a little. There's a little charm, per se, but it's been all right. Just been getting into different things. Got a new tool for streaming, so I've been trying to learn that, and
cool.
Just a lot of different things going on. Doing a lot of art-based stuff. Getting back into sewing. I might make a cosplay this year. Woo! I know that's new. So. But yeah, generally it's just been really quiet. I think like a lot of people like Mako, like you, like it's just really low key this year. I think a lot of people are just really it's not so much that tired or burnt out. It's just like trying to find things, especially social things that are rejuvenating to you versus things that are draining, right? And trying to find those areas of energy that are renewing to you. On top of the regular work schedule and things of that nature. So it's been really quiet, but it's also just a lot of finding those things that are empowering in that way.
And I totally get that, and I get the whole how life is being and so forth. Like things at work has been a little bit more hectic, and I just been feeling like for like the last couple of weeks, not that is too much for me to handle, but I'm just like, I think I for the first time in my life, I can actually say I have too much on my plate.
Oh no, what?
But here's the thing. Normally when it comes to work where I have too much on my plate, I'm able to put the plate down, move stuff to another, and just kind of get through. But even then, I'm not able to. But the way management is, it's okay. It's all right. It's not the end of the world, So I'm perfectly okay. And I'm very appreciative of that. When I have my weekly one-on-one, I'm going to tell my boss that anyway. So that way he knows.
Yeah, I think a lot of it nowadays is just communication. Like communicating either with like your job or with your friends or like whoever is going to be in your in like initial and like immediate intimate circle, right? So yeah, and I've been trying to change my schedule around personally for a little while, but finding those right hours that fit just the way that you want them to is not an easy thing. So
see, that's just it.
But
when I see you out late at night, you should. It's like you just got the game on. You got some chill music playing. We're just gonna relax, play a little Street Fighter, and enjoy the stream. You know.
I wish it was that simple
Well,
sometimes.
but you know what I mean.
Honestly, yeah.
All right. We're gonna get into our next segment here. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Housekeeping notices. So that way you know what is going on with us. Don't forget, new episodes of our podcast, video podcast, go up on our YouTube page at youtube.com/anime jam session. Episodes goes up at Thursdays at 12 p.m. And I realized that I forgot to upload an episode. I believe it's episode 622. That will be going up tonight for release tomorrow. So definitely check that out. Also, don't forget, our convention season finally starts up once again, and we're going to have some fun with that. Come hang out with us and other con-goers and other cosplayers at ZenkaiCon 2024. It is happening next weekend, March 22nd to the 24th at the Lancaster County Convention Center. Come through, hang out. Food places are a block away. Be creative. Come through and have a grand old time. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspect of our lives, what geeky stuff we are working on, stuff we want to share, all that fun stuff. And I believe from what Mako-chan has on screen, she has a very important quote to say. That way, those of you who are listening to the show understands what she means.
And just for that, I'm not going to say it.
God damn you!
Yeah, so this is the last of the pops that I got for Christmas. I now have Inigo Montoya because, you know, you killed my father, prepare to die.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I do really like The Princess Bride. Inigo is one of my favorite characters in that. And my cousin knows that. So she's the one that got it for me.
Didn't they do sort of like an updated version with the cast where they're all adults or something like that?
What they did is around the beginning of the pandemic, because everybody was stuck at home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of actors and actresses, including the people that were originally in the movie, they put together homemade copies of the scenes. And then it was spliced together. So it is the entire movie with 15 to 30-second scenes spliced together from a crap ton of different artists.
That's cool.
Actors, actresses, musical artists that were in there. As I said, a lot of them, you know, a lot of the actors and actresses from the actual movie also participated in this. Not necessarily playing their own parts, which is really funny. The whole thing is freaking hilarious. If you enjoy it, you definitely need to look for it.
It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, it was on the app that came out for like a minute that was supposed to be the new TikTok.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think T-Mobile was offering a year subscription to it, and then they just dropped it like a hot potato like 3 months in.
Yeah, so that app is what it started on. So it was released in like 8 different parts. So each part was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that.
Right.
And, you know, it's just, as I said, it's the whole entire movie, but it's spliced together by all of these bored ass people that were stuck at home. They couldn't do shit except weird stuff like that.
Well,
and it's absolutely hilarious.
well, and thanks.
Because they had to do it from home or somewhere that they couldn't,
Right.
be a problem. So when they're having fight sequences, they have like their pets. So it's weird, it's wacky, it's hilarious. It's you get to see a little bit on the background of either where these people live or just you have to figure all of these people doing this have a love for this movie too. So yeah, it's if you get a chance, if you find it, you definitely need to watch it if you're a fan of it. It's hilarious, it's great.
Anybody want a peanut? Okay, so I've been watching anime. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, and I'm enjoying it. I caught up with some episodes of Firefighter Daigo Rescuer in Orange. I think that is it. I know there's a couple of animes I do need to catch up with, like The Dangers in My Heart. I'm probably gonna catch up with that tonight. I do have another figurine here I want to show off because I know I didn't show it off already. But this is one that I ordered before my trip to Japan, so I didn't buy this while I was there. So the anime that took a country by the fandom by storm, Oshinoko, because let's be real, if you watch the first episode, you kind of shed a tear too. Just saying. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the first episode and you'll gladly understand. So, of course, I had to get a figurine of as part of the collection. And this is the Trio Try It series of I from Oshinoko. And this is the only one that I really wanted. There was another variant, but I didn't want that one. See, I am one of those, each for my figurines, unless I truly, truly want it, will run me under $40. But, I have made exceptions here and there. Like, I have a Angel stocking figurine, I think that ran me close to 100 off of eBay. That's there. And I have, I think, a Satsuki Kyujin one as well. I think I just showed that one off a long time ago. There's that. So I have I have 7 more figures to show off, and one of them is still in the packaging from when I ordered it, and it was delivered here back in October. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for the perfect occasion. I just have those occasions. I just totally forget. So it is. Also, speaking of Geek Roundtable, I will talk about this briefly on next week's show, but I want to kind of talk about it now. This weekend, I am going to 90s Con.
Oh, I forgot that was this weekend.
Yes. For those of you who are wondering what is 90s Con, if you remember the popular 90s sitcoms and TV shows, the actors and actresses from those shows will be at this convention doing autographs and so forth. And I decided to go. It is up in Connecticut. And I'm thinking, oh, well, Hartford's not that far. I can take care of that. So I start to map it out because I'm thinking I could just take Metro North all the way up there. I can't. I have to take it to New Haven and switch to Connecticut Rail. And I'm like, that's not so bad. Then I look at the time and it's like 4 hours. So that means Saturday morning, I have to be up between 5:30 and 6, dressed and ready to go, get a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, make my way to Grand Central by 7 so that I can be at the convention center by 11 and change for like 4 autographs. So I am going to get Jodie Sweetin's autograph, Andrea Barber, Danielle Fishel, and Will Friedle. Those are the 4 main autographs that I plan on. especially since I have the Topanga Lawrence pop, and I'm just like, I need to get that autographed for reasons.
Okay, that'll be cool.
Yes. So I just find it funny. I spend 4 hours on mass transit up there. I will be in the convention center for like 6 hours, checking out their panels and podcasts, and then I would jump back on the train and travel another 4 to 5 hours home, including the subway. So, and I'm like, it's a good thing I'll have my Switch with me to keep me occupied. Yes, Bonds Rule 6. 80s TV show con. No, it's 90s TV show con. It's Full House, Step by Step, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Charmed, and a bunch of other TV shows. I think it's that'sentertainment.com/90scon. It's all up there. And they actually have what's called Christmas Con. So this convention does not apply to most of us here or most of the listeners here, because I don't think anybody here watches those Hallmark Christmas movies.
Only when I'm stuck at my mother's house.
Well, if she likes those movies, they have Christmas Con, where they have the actors from those movies there.
Yeah, I know. She knows. I don't know why she hasn't gone.
Yeah, because it's at the Expo Center in Jersey. So, and now Bonds 006 is looking it up, and I'm just like, look, if you go, I will see you there. By the way, get your ticket off of the CT Rail website, because it's like $52, $53 round trip. Just saying. So enough about that. Barry, what have you been up to? What are your plot points?
It's been kind of chaotic, I guess, because just been like changing up scheduling and that kind of thing. Just kind of learning new technology, teaching myself video editing and things of that nature still. So, and I got a new tool from my community, so I've been trying to learn how to use that better efficiently, to help with streaming and stuff like that, to streamline rather. So it has been a lot of just doing different experimental things, but then also I still participate in my guild events and stuff like that for a game that I've been playing for about 2 years now, and generally trying to get back into sewing as well.
Right.
So just a lot of different things trying to be balanced. I guess geeky wise, I've been keeping up with anime. I had some friends get me into Freeren, and I had some other friends get me into Shangri-La Frontier and things of that nature. So it's been a lot of fun to get back into anime. Since there's a lot of really good series that have come out this season, like Delicious in Dungeon, Free Run, a certain guy's playthrough of a VR MMO, just a few really good ones that are just kind of funny but wholesome, but also like touch on different aspects of the adventure genre, right? So like Free Run is kind of the after the adventure has happened, and then Delicious in Dungeon is kind of this idea of experiencing it through food and how adventurers would kind of see that.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I don't know if that I'm kind of interested in that, but the other one, Shangri-La, I think that's on my list. You know?
Yeah, because it's not fully out yet. So if you're a binger of anime, I don't know, like I don't mind binging. But having grown up in the era of VHS tapes being mailed to you, it doesn't really bother me if I can't see all the episodes in one go. And I almost actually like prefer it that way, because it seems like there's so much media to consume nowadays. That I don't know. I kind of think that having that I'll wait until next Monday, we'll get together, we'll watch it, is a lot more fun, because it makes it more of an experience rather than just mindless consumption, which I think is something that we really miss out on nowadays in the easy access culture that we're kind of dealing with.
Gotcha.
But you guys let me know in chat.
I'm thinking about what you said about binge watching. It's like right now with the new anime season, I'm trying to just watch 1 or 2 new series as episodes drop. Like Hokkaido Girls are super cute, which I've been watching, and I really enjoy that one. When that one's done, I'm gonna rewatch it in dubbed, And if I like it the way I think I'm going to, I'm probably going to end up buying the box set and adding it to the collection. So, But there are other series I'm like, I'll wait till all the episodes drop and then I will just sit down and enjoy myself, which I'm probably going to do when I get next Sunday. I'm probably going to watch some anime, take care of some more photos, and prep for the con. So, yeah, and speaking of the internet is full of spoilers, yeah, I stumbled across the final scene from FF8 Rebirth on YouTube because, people break street date. I watched 8 seconds of it, and to make Mako-chan a little happy, Vincent was in the 8 seconds I watched. And then that was it. I cut it off and decided to go back. I'm going to play through the game because I don't need to know what's going on. This is one of the few times where I'm like, you know what? I don't want spoilers. I want to enjoy myself. So, enough about that. We're going to get into tonight's story, our top story here, which is something that everybody has been talking about on the interwebs for the last several days. The passing of Akira Toriyama. And I was legit shocked because it's not a name I was expecting to hear. It was not a name I was expecting on the 2024 Death Bingo list. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was looking at this name in particular. So as Ranma says, we did find out on March 1st that Akira Toriyama, who everybody should know from Dragon Ball, Sandland, Dr. Slump, passed away at the age of 68. It was the official Dragon Ball website that reported the passing due to a subdermal hematoma, which is a serious condition where blood collects between the skull and the surface of the brain. The official statement signed by his Bird Studio and Capsule Corps posted to Twitter says, "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that the manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was in age of 68." The message continues on to state, it is our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time. So it does continue on, basically that they are, future plans for gatherings that they haven't been decided. As soon as they're, confirmed, announcements will be made. As we said, it is a shock to quite a few people because he was just talking about, the anime adaptation of Sandland. He's writing new Dragon Ball stuff that is coming out. So it is very much a kick to everybody's childhood.
Definitely. I mean,
so on top of his teams that were writing about it, the anime and manga world came out in droves to also, make statements. So Shonen Jump's editorial team, many of his works were published in Shonen Jump magazine. So they write, Akira Toriyama, whose many works were published in Shonen Jump magazine, has passed away. The entire department is deeply saddened by the news of his sudden passing. The manga drawn by him have transcended national borders and have been read and loved all over the world. From Dragon Quest's Hori, I'm still in disbelief of the news of Toriyama-sama's death, which is so sudden. One Piece's Oda, it's too soon. The hole he left is too large. The thought of never seeing him again fills me with sadness. Naruto's Kishimoto, to be honest, it was so sudden I don't know what or how to write about this. However, for now, I would like to express my thoughts and feelings to Toriyama Sensei which I wish I could have told him someday. On to explain how he grew up with his works. Katsura from Zetman, I feel weak and have no energy. I don't want to comment on things like this, but I'll write something. If I start writing it out, it will probably end up being quite long, since there are so many things I want to say, but I will try to keep it as concise as possible. However, I'm not in the right mood, so please forgive my ramblings. And then he just, continues to go on. On top of all of that, there's news from Toy, there's news from the production companies, everybody, joining in on the grieving process, the voice actors from the series, all joining in on this. People that have done the music for his series. Everybody is very, very upset about what's going on, obviously, because so many people that are in the lifestyle of manga and anime have been dealing with something from, his works, whether, it's stuff that continues to come out now, or stuff that has been out there. I mean, you figure his art has inspired so many different video games and so many different stories.
Yep.
To see everybody coming out and recognizing that. On top of that, the live action movie Goku, Justin Chatwin, came out and apologized. So he actually made a post on Twitter.
It was also on his Instagram. I had to track that down because I saw that. I'm like, that can't be real.
Yeah, so he goes, basically, rest in peace, brother, and sorry we messed up that adaptation so badly.
Akira Toriyama looking at it going, I forgive you. But I just want to say this.
Because, I mean, he really did not like Dragon Ball Evolution. And, you can't really say much because, I mean, the movie really did suck. But yeah, so I just, making a little light of everything that's going on just to have that, oops, sorry kind of thing.
I kind of hope when Kyle Hebert, the voice of Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, as he goes back and does more conventions, I hope he brings back, the roast of Dragon Ball Evolution. That was so good.
I got to see that.
That was so good. But let me say this real quick, and we'll get into our next story. Now, I've seen people argue about Toriyama's inspirations and so forth on different animes and video games and stuff like that. Well, let me say this. The man has been working on several different projects, several different mangas, anime adaptations for over 40 years. Some stuff that we see that's inspired by his work is pretty blatant and pretty obvious. Some not so much. Who knows? One person you have people who were inspired by him to become mangakas to do work, and you'll see something there like, I was inspired by him. Just let it be. That's all I gotta say. There is an inspiration one way or another, directly or indirectly. He did a lot, and this is why Akira Toriyama is the GOAT. And now we got that out the way. We're gonna get into our next story here. Barry's gonna tell us about the Cowboy Bebop collab with Overwatch, which again is still not enough for me to download and play the game, even though it's free.
Yeah, it's all right. Overwatch is okay. I like watching people play it rather than playing it myself. However, this Cowboy Bebop makes it pretty interesting.
True.
They get jamming with a new trailer released in the official Overwatch 2 collaboration. They're getting a slick new trailer for its collaboration with Overwatch 2, which closely references Shinichiro Watanabe's iconic 1998 opening theme. The Play Overwatch YouTube channel brought back the Bebop crew for one last mission, in a special new video produced by Blizzard Entertainment. The 1 minute, 34-second clip pays homage to the original Cowboy Bebop opening video directed by the legendary Shinichiro Watanabe, with stunning artwork of popular characters Spike Spiegel, Faye Valentine, and more. Readers can view the video on their YouTube channel. The Overwatch 2 and Cowboy Bebop collaboration goes live on March 12th, so today, and is officially teased. Ready for some bounty hunting? From the iconic music to the space western aesthetic, celebrate the legendary crew of the Bebop when the Overwatch 2 Cowboy Bebop collab arrives in-game on March 12th. Overwatch 2 is a free-to-play for everyone on console and PC, and the collaboration will see players able to unlock Cowboy Bebop-inspired skins and emotes, as well as listen to songs from the series. Legendary skins up for unlocking include Spike Spiegel for Cassidy, Faye Valentine for Ash, Jet Black for Malga, Ed for Sombra, and Ein for Wrecking Ball. The Ein skin will be free to unlock for completing certain challenges. Another big crossover happening is Spy X Family in major video game crossovers. Overwatch 2 previously collaborated also with One Punch Man, continuing its trend of working with popular anime series. Overwatch 2 Associate Director Amy Dennett said, "We're honored to be collaborating with one of the most respected anime series of all time in Cowboy Bebop. This collaboration was a wonderful way to pay homage to a legendary story, art, and animation and music of the Bebop series. We hope its fans and our players have as much fun with what we're bringing to Overwatch 2 as we did creating it." Cowboy Bebop also joins the popular series Spy X Family in securing a game collaboration today, with the latter series set to appear in the mobile game PUBG.
Sounds good, but again, I don't think that's enough for me to sit down and play the game, you know. It would have been nice if there were actual characters in the game you get to fight, but, you know, that won't happen.
Might not happen, but I can see, you know, the various character skins for the series going amazingly.
Yeah. I mean, look, there were May skins that I wanted, and the only way you could get them if you had to play the game enough to get the. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather give y'all $10 for the 2 or 3 skins that I want and call it a damn day. No, then I'm just not gonna bother. Not gonna bother. And as Pod Culture says in our chat here, Overwatch is okay. Overwatch 2, less so. Makes sense. Now, this one just caught me completely off guard. About the live-action Sailor Moon spinoff found in the Library of Congress. What the fuck? The official TV treatment for the unmade live-action Sailor Moon spin-off series, Team Angel, has been found in the archives. What? Wait, what? Oh God! I'm after the show. I might have to sit down and just look and read this through and be like, how in the fresh farm, you know? So. The full and official Bible for the unmade live-action American Sailor Moon spin-off called Team Angel has been discovered by the archives at the Library of Congress. Raymona on Twitter tweeted about this, that a live-action spin-off attempted to Americanize the Sailor Moon IP. Mona's Team Angel YouTube video reveals that she was motivated to uncover the series show Bible after learning that former Bondi America president and Renaissance Atlantic CEO Frank Ward created the spin-off show and had actually shot some promotional footage. It was supposed to be released to the public in 2018. Mona launched her own investigation, which uncovered the prototype dolls and the concept art for this series. She withdrew all the material submitted to the Library of Congress archives by Renaissance Atlantic and unearthed the complete TV treatment for Team Angel. What the... The unmade spin-off, as we've been calling it, Team Angel, that's what they're calling it, follows a group of 4 female angel heroes living on a mythical star called Zera, who transport themselves to Earth to deal with all types of manner of threats that may harm its residents. Wow. The series plot would have revolved around Zera's Queen Angela attempting to thwart her evil nemesis, the Witch Malvi. This cannot be no 2018. This can't be, because from the quality of the footage I'm seeing and the plot, this sounds like something you would watch in the late 80s or early 90s. Good God. So Queen Angela handpicks 4 Zarin maidens: Lila, Delphine, Rosalind, and Celeste, whom she instructs in a way of Stardust angel power, the only force capable of defeating Malvina and her cohorts. Oh my God. The Team Angel show Bible Discovery comes on the heels of other Sailor Moon live action news, such as I think we may have discussed this, that we're going to get a brand new PGSM 2024 stage show, which is pretty cool. Now, the difference is, in this one, it is a stage show. We're going to have the inner Sanji, which is great. Images already out. You can check them out online. The actresses that are portraying them are from the 5th generation of Nogizaka 46, which is a popular music group that has performed the theme songs from series such as Pokemon and Naruto Shippuden. The production features 2 groups of performers, which they have done before, Team Star and Team Moon, who will take turns playing the Sailor Senshi. I am probably one of those people who hates the word Sailor Scouts. I prefer Sailor Senshi. I don't know, it just fits better to me. So that's kind of interesting. It can't be as bad as Saban Moon. But given the description of this, I think Saban Moon would have been leaps and bounds better. Good Lord. Good gravy. I think it's time to move on from magical girls to very tasty food. Would you agree?
I agree, yeah. From Maho Shoujo to hopefully a little bit of a food war. One Piece is getting a delectable new trailer release for an official Food Wars Sanji spinoff. The life and times of Straw Hat Chef Sanji are explored in the upcoming manga release of One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji by the creators of Food Wars. The life of Sanji before and after he became a member of the Straw Hat Pirates is set to be explored in the upcoming release of One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji by the creators of Food Wars. English manga distributor Viz Media uploaded a teaser trailer for One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji on social media website X, formerly Twitter, releasing on March 12th. One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji is written by Yuto Sakura and illustrated by Shun Seki. The creative team behind Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma and the outrageously risque take on the industry ran in publication from November 26, 2012 to August 29, 2019, accumulating 36 volume releases and gaining a complete anime adaptation by One Punch Man Studio JC staff.
Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest One Piece fan, and I have mentioned this several times.
Mm-hmm.
So I might want to. We'll see. We will see. Then again, I have to actually finish season 3 of Food Wars. I think they just ended the anime after the 3rd season.
I'm pretty sure that's probably where it ended. I don't recall any other seasons coming out about it, but I did enjoy the series.
As did I. As did I. All right, so we're going to get into our next story here, which is about piracy, and not of the One Piece kind either. It seems that an overseas anime piracy site has been prosecuted for the very first time. You keep slipping away and you'll eventually will get caught. That's basically how it goes. The Japanese anti-piracy agency CODA, which stands for Content Overseas Distribution Association, announced 8 days ago that the operators behind the Chinese anime piracy site B9 Good were successfully prosecuted for copyright infringement. over 45,000 animes were illegally posted to their site. And according to the NHK, adding to that number, accesses over the last 2 years before it was shut down was over 300 million. And 95% of the site's access came from Japan. Wow. This made it the biggest anime pirating site aimed at Japanese viewers. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. The main operator, A, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, with a 3.5-year suspended sentence and a fine of 1.8 million yuan, which equals to about $250,000 US. This was nearly equal to the money made from advertising on the site. His $550,000 residence, also financed through the site, was seized. This person was also convicted in December 2023, but his sentence has been finalized now that the appeals window has passed. Coda began investigating the operators behind the site back in 2021, identifying them and passing this information to the Beijing office, which filed the criminal charges in China that led to the successful prosecution. The organization notes that this is the first time penalties against the piracy site operators have been imposed due to efforts by the Japanese side. In addition to the prosecution, a female B, as you can see, they're not giving names here, which I'm perfectly okay with, who received compensation from A and uploaded the anime to the site, received a 1-year sentence and a suspended sentence of 1.5 years. Another person, male, was exempted from prison time due to China's criminal law, while woman D was paid to upload the anime to the site, received an 8-month sentence and a 1-year suspended sentence. A's rather light sentencing was because he was a first-time offender, voluntarily confessing and showing remorse, which does make sense. Several Coda member companies are coordinating with the investigation to understand the extent of the damage. This notably includes Shueisha and Kodansha, which are both collaborating with the investigation to the weekly Shonen Jump manga leak arrests. Wow. The perpetrators were rearrested on suspicion of leaking Kodansha manga just last week. You'd think they would have learned the first time around. The case against B9 Good is particularly notable given the site's many overlaps with the world's biggest anime piracy site, AniWatch, which has been renamed, I believe, or something like that. B9 Good managed to evade site shutdowns by changing domains from Blue920 to B9DM to B9 Good. Similarity, AniWatch rebranded from Zoro.2 to AniWatch and finally to Hi Anime last week. Both sites were highlighted on the U.S. government's watch list for the most notorious pirate sites worldwide. Coda concluded its press release with a blunt message to all pirate sites worldwide, vowing to eliminate the unauthorized use of Japanese content. Now, let me just say this. If you want to be that pirate, for everyone to watch your anime stuff, I'd recommend when you get the domain, don't use the word anime in it. And the more you know. Now, it's too bad I don't have that sound effect because that would have been perfect. Actually, I do have it. Let me see if I can get it to play right. Hold on. Hey, it worked. Sorry about it being a little bit too loud there. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into our final story of the night. And I know Mako is going to be quite excited about this.
Yeah, so Godzilla wins.
I was at a bar with some friends, and I was leaving, and that came up. And we all just stood there and watched, and we hoot and hollered, seeing that Godzilla had won.
Yeah, so it was actually Arnold and Danny, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that's what stopped us, because I was like, "Oh, look, it's twins!" And then they went into that whole Batman. Sorry.
Yeah. So they announced the winner of the Best Visual Effects category, which went to Godzilla -1. And also winning that night for Best Animation was The Boy and the Heron. But Godzilla Minus One beats out competition that includes The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Mission Impossible, and Napoleon. This is the first Academy Award nomination and the first win for Godzilla. The win falls in the 70th anniversary year of the original Godzilla film, which was released in 1954.
Oh, that is so cool. I did not realize that.
So, congratulations. Godzilla finally has an Oscar.
And as people have been saying on the Twitters and the Blue Skies and all of that, wins for Oppenheimer and Godzilla Minus One means that this is the first time a movie and its sequel both won Oscars the same year.
Oh. that wow.
But is it wrong though?
I didn't say that.
I know, but just saying. And as my friend Alex said, that was absolutely brilliant. All right, now we're at the part of the show that y'all really enjoy more than anything else. Meanwhile in Japan, let's see what we got here.
I'll take the second one.
Okay. I will take the last one.
Alrighty then. So, Osaka. Bad. Yeah, so for many years, Osaka didn't ping too loudly on many foreign tourists' radars. Tokyo offered the more big city glamour, and Kyoto more of the traditional. But Osaka is a little light on identity. In recent years, though, Osaka has seen its tourism star rise. Affordable rail passes have made staying in Osaka a viable base to stay in while taking day trips to Kyoto, Nara, and Himeji, all while enjoying the wider range of hotel, dining, and nightlife options that Osaka affords.
Yep.
Osaka now also boasts Universal Studios Japan, which has been aggressively partnering with Japanese franchises from the anime and video game world, most notable in the form of its Super Nintendo world. Then there's the ongoing and deepening Japanese cuisine boom among international foodies who've learned that Osaka has a number of delicious local specialties like takoyaki, okonomiyaki, and kushikatsu. So Osaka's attractiveness is higher than ever in the eyes of inbound international travelers. Might be less attractive, though, because Osaka Governor Hirofumi Yoshimura wants to get his way and wants the prefecture to start charging a special extra fee just to foreign tourists. So last Wednesday, Yoshimura cited the cost of the Expo 2025 World Expo, which will be held in Osaka, as well as the Osaka Growth Strategy Urban Development Project, and says as the attractiveness of Osaka increases, more and more foreign tourists will come to the prefecture. I think we should ask them to bear a small part of the burden of those costs. That logic is somewhat shaky in that foreign tourists are already asked to contribute to the prefecture's financial well-being. Osaka already charges an accommodation tax of between 100 and 300 yen per hotel guest spending a night in the prefecture when the cost of the room exceeds 7,000 yen, or $48 per person per night. As this fee is charged to all guests, it is also charged to foreign travelers. And to clarify, Yoshimura is proposing the foreign travel fee in addition to the accommodation tax, not in lieu of it. Not only would the accommodation tax remain in place, but the prefecture government is currently considering raising it. Yoshimura's proposed foreign travel fee also seems to not acknowledge that foreign travelers, just like their domestic counterparts, contribute to tax revenue on other purchases they make that are subject to consumption tax, which includes restaurant meals and admissions to sightseeing attractions. Strangest of all is Yoshimura's contention that foreign tourists should be bearing an additional burden to cover the cost of Expo 2025, which is an event designed with the specific goal of attracting visitors from other parts of the world, and which said visitors will have to purchase tickets for. It's not clear yet how Yoshimura would propose for the foreign travel fee to be collected, though the most feasible method would be to tack the fee onto hotel charges for rooms booked by foreign travelers. The amount of the fee would be comparable to the accommodation tax, though again, it's not apparent if this is meant to be equivalent to the current tax or the possible raised rate. Yet another undefined aspect of the proposal is how it would define foreign tourist. In his speech, Yoshimura used the term Gaiko Kujin Kankusha, which translates literally as foreign country person sightseer. It's unclear how the system would treat foreign nationals who are working, studying, or otherwise living in Japan. As legal residents of Japan, but also citizens of a foreign country, would they still be charged the foreign country person sightseer fee? It's worth noting that while some Asian countries charge higher rates for certain tourism-related fees to foreigners, that's not the norm in Japan. Yoshimura's envisioned foreign traveler fee may or may not be legal under Japanese law, and he would likely have to argue that it's not ethnically discriminatory in nature in order for it to be put into effect.
Okay, so I'm looking at these fees that they would tack on between 100 and 300 yen. Now, 100 yen by today's standards, let me put this in here, is 68 cents. Now, the 300 yen, let me clear this, $2.03. Now, I remember when I stayed at the onsen, and I believe Barry can vouch for me for this, there was like a fee for using the onsen, which was like 100 yen per night, I think, or something like that. And it was like less than $2. I don't see that as
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I think most of the time it's rolled in. I don't think that there was ever an extra fee for me
No.
whenever I was over there.
No, yeah, when I was there, it was on top. I had to pay that separately. So, which I didn't mind. I really didn't mind. Now, they're going to put this fee on a room that exceeds 7,000 yen, which is about $50. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. You can go on Trivago, Hotels.com, Priceline, Booking.com right now and look up a 3-star hotel. Anywhere in this country, a 3-star hotel will probably run you between $150 to $250, depending on where you look. Now, do the same thing in Japan. A 3-star hotel will run you between $45 and $65 a night. So, if you mean to tell me I have to pay a $2 fee on top of my 3-star room, which is $50, $150, I have to pay $152? Well, here's the $2 extra. I sure as hell ain't gonna complain. Even with the dollar to yen ratio going on right now, I think that's ridiculously cheap for great service. I ain't gonna complain. So, and besides,
no, I don't mind an extra fee. What I mind is why the extra fee is only good for foreigners.
In a way, that's kind of no different when tourists come travel here. It's kind of like that in a way. They figure with the tourism coming up, where the bulk of the money is coming from, why not bilk them for a couple of more dollars? That's probably how they're thinking.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm.
I don't know. It's a little.
I think it's like the financial aspect. Like if it was like $10 per, I'd be like, yo, hold up. It's sort of like how that big talk of like Twitter is going pay to tweet, and it's like a yearly to like have a paid membership to Twitter was $1 a year. Personally, I am not going to lose any sleep over $1. Now, if it was like 10, 15, 20, hold up. I will gladly stay with the free option. Enough about that. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Barry, tell us about how to enjoy the Sakura season without the allergies. Because you know Mako-chan's taking notes on this too.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can actually smell the flowers when you're stopping. But if you want to enjoy the Sakura season but have allergies, a Tokyo indoor park is trying to offer the perfect solution. The Tenbo Park Sakura Festival in Ikibukuro's popular Sunshine City shopping complex promises a sneeze and itchy eye free flower viewing experience.
Cool.
Sakura, or cherry blossoms, are currently on the minds of many people in Japan as they get ready to welcome the beloved cherry blossoms sometimes in the coming weeks. One of the most time honored ways to celebrate the ephemeral beauty of the sakura is to take part in ohanami, or flower viewing parties, by picnicking under the profusions of pink petals with family and friends for hours on end. At some popular municipal parks, it's almost impossible to find an open patch of ground during ohanami season. When I was there last time, it was in Yoyogi Park, and yes, I can attest to this completely. However,
Wow.
the desire to spend lots of time outside admiring the blossoms can often be a complicated one for people with seasonal allergies. Thankfully, one indoor park in Tokyo is now offering a creative solution for those who want to experience the beauty of the blossoms while avoiding contact with pollen. The Sunshine 60 Observatory Tenbu Park is currently hosting its Tenbu Park Sakura Festival from March 1st through May 12th as part of the Sunshine City Commercial Complex in
Hmm.
Tokyo's Ikebukuro district.
Yep.
This indoor park, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying yeah. Now I'm just trying to think if I've walked past the Sunshine 60 building. That's all.
Yeah, it is a very, very visible shopping center, a bit like a multi-level shopping mall. I think it's like 6 or 7 floors. So it's a pretty tall one.
On a side note, I didn't realize I had walked into Akihabara's biggest shopping mall, Yodobashi. I went in there
Mhm.
looking for something for Rose, and I'm trying to find the damn Daiso. I didn't realize, like, each floor, there's like 3 different stores. I'm just like, oh,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is like that. In a
Yeah.
lot of Japanese stores, if our listeners here at twitch.tv/anime jam session, if you've never been to Japan, they will kind of build a store into any
Mm-hmm.
area in a shopping center sometimes. So there
Mm-hmm.
will be stores on top of stores or stores right next to stores, and you're not sure which entry is the entry for which store.
or
So,
or it's an actual office building, and then when you get to the
yes.
fifth floor there are stores. Like when I went
Yep.
looking for the maid cafes, it's like regular buildings, and when you open the door, it's you see that this is the maid cafe. Watch Akiba Maid War. If you see the Oinky Doink cafe
That's
is
a documentary. It's not an anime,
yes,
it's a documentary.
yes, yes, yes. Please continue.
But yeah, as a part of the Sunshine City Commercial Complex, the indoor park is located 251 meters, or about 274.5 yards, which I want to say is like half a football field,
Mm-hmm.
above sea level on the 60th floor of the Sunshine 60 building. While the park's design always featured small knolls covered in artificial grass, during the Sakura Festival, it will always also be decked out in a manner of cherry blossom decorations. It will be illuminated at night, and it's most beautiful because you don't have to worry about allergies. One of the highlights of the Tenbu Park during the Sakura Festival is the round swing by the windows that's appropriately decked out with the blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare to be dazzled on this pink throne while gazing down at the Tokyo metropolis below. On select days during the festival, largely on the weekends and throughout the spring vacation period, the park will also hold special event offerings for families with young children, such as crafting workshops, fair games, concerts, photo contests, etc. Please note that some of the events may require reservations, extra fees, etc. In addition, when your stomach wants to enjoy the sakura just as much as your eyes do, the on site Tenbu Park Cafe is also offering up limited time sakura themed menu for park goers, including things like a sakura strawberry milk for about $4 USD, sakura cocktails, both of the alcoholic for about $7, and the non alcoholic for about $6, the Sakura Mont Blanc
Mm-hmm.
featuring a matcha sponge cake for about $7, and Japanese style crepes featuring sakura mochi and sakura infused whipped cream for about $5. The visitors with especially empty stomachs will no doubt want to spring for the Ohanami bento box, which is about $7, $7.50, which includes onigiri in the shapes of sakura petals, karage, rolled omelets, and Vienna sausages, among more.
Mm.
Finally, from March 20th through April 4th, residents of Tokyo's Toshima Ward, where Sunshine City is located, will receive a 20% discount on admission to the park, as well as cutlery novelty items, while supplies last, as a special gesture for the local community. Admission prices and opening hours for the Sunshine City Observatory Tembu Park vary depending on the date, so please check the official website before you visit. In general, tickets purchased in advance are also less expensive than tickets purchased on arrival, which is pretty par for the course for a lot of events in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
As for the final fun fact, there's an added level of meaning to the Sakura themed events held in this particular area of Tokyo. Japan's most popular cultivar of the cherry tree, the Somei Yoshino variety, was originally cultivated in Somei Village towards the end of the Edo period, 1603 to 1868, which was located in the present day Toshima Ward. That makes viewing and eating the sakura from the comfort of an indoor park in Ikebukuro all the sweeter.
I'm kind of all for it, and I have to say, Ikebukuro has become one of my. It's become a favorite place for me to walk through. I mean, I will have to say, when I was in Ikebukuro, Kyoto, it kind of reminded me of various places here back home, which is why I just kind of enjoyed it. So, Anywho, we're going to get into our last Meanwhile in Japan story tonight, where it seems that toll fees have been added to the Mount Fuji hiking trail. Wait, what? So, Mount Fuji has been one of the most iconic symbols of Japan for generations. The mountain has seen a surging rise in number of visitors in recent years. Between increased interest in outdoor activities among domestic sightseers and the boom of international travel to Japan, Mount Fuji has become a more popular destination to visit, but it's about to become a more expensive one. Earlier this year, the government of Yamanashi, the prefecture, which includes the Yoshida Trail, the most accessible common route to the top of Mount Fuji, it's considering adding a required toll to the trail this past Monday. The Prefectural Assembly put the idea to a vote and it was unanimously approved. Under new rules, hikers wishing to progress past the 5th station on the Yoshida Trail, which is halfway up the mountain, you'll have to pay a toll of 2,000 yen, which is $13.60. This is per person, not per group. This does not go into effect till July 1st. However, the upper sections of Mount Fuji are closed to the hiking during the fall, winter, and spring. So essentially, the Yoshida Trail toll is already in effect, in the sense that there's no way to officially hike the affected sections before tolls start being collected. To ensure compliance, a gate will be set up at the 5th station. Said gate will be closed between 4 p.m. and 3 a.m., and those who are dusk to dawn hours may not comprise a core hiking time on most trails. Mount Fuji is an exception. The gate closure hours were specifically chosen to prevent this itinerary, which is called Dangen Tozan, or bullet climbing. Basically, passing through the 5th station before 4 p.m. and heading straight to the peak will get you there too early to see the sunrise, and passing through at 3 a.m. means you'll be too late. Instead, the Yamanashi government will like you to spend a night in and spend money on lodging in one of the mountain huts on the Mount Fuji between the 5th station and the peak. That way, you can reach the top right as the sun is coming up. The prices for the huts vary by location and specific day, but usually start around 5,000 yen per person, and unless you want to stand around for hours on the mountain in the middle of the night, such lodging fees are going to be unavoidable expense of visiting the peak at sunrise. Japan's hiking trails are usually free to use, and with Mount Fuji being Yamanashi's best-known tourism attraction, collecting tolls from hikers stand to be a sizable revenue boost for the prefectural government. However, the plan isn't as just a simple ploy to fill the prefecture's coffers. With Mount Fuji visitor numbers surging following the end of the pandemic protocols, there are increased concerns of environmental impact and crowd control issues on the mountain. Officials have asserted that bullet climbing can be dangerous due to the mixture of cold temperature and poor visibility at night. Plus, the mental and physical fatigue of hiking up Japan's tallest mountain at a time where the body is conditioned to usually be asleep. As further proof that this is more than just a cash grab, along with the toll, an admission cap will go into effect this summer with a daily limit of 4,000 people who can pass through the 5th station gate. I did not realize there's that many people that want to climb that mountain. Did not realize that. The 2,000 yen toll will be in addition to the 1,000 yen requested but not required donation that hikers on the trail are already asked for. When the idea of the toll plan was first announced, there was talk of waiving the 2,000 yen toll for hikers who are staying in a mountain hut, but it's currently unclear whether this concession has made it into the final version of the ordinance. Though Yoshida is the most common route to the top of Mount Fuji, there are a total of 4 trails that lead up to the mountain. Odds are that local governments will be watching the reactions to the toll closely, though, and we may see such systems spread throughout other trails as well. Well, now, you know what? I don't have a desire to climb Mount Fuji. I was glad to get that amazing photo of Mount Fuji from my hotel window in Hakone. That's all that really matters to me. All right, now that we got that out the way, shall we go ahead and wrap up the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. Let's go ahead and get that going. So, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find not just our weekly podcast, you will find convention reports, anime reviews, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, editorials, links to our social media pages for YouTube videos and Facebook cosplay photos, all of that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. So please check out the site and take a browse around. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We are available within Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, any app where podcasts are available. You will find us by just searching Anime Jam Session. And what's cool is some of these apps have the ability to allow you to leave a review of the show. If you can, leave us a review. We'd like to know what you think. If you don't want to drop an email, either or works. We really appreciate it either way. Ah, there we go. We got the band hammer coming through. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. It's Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when we have new videos available, new photos available, and so much more. And to everyone who follows us on our social media pages, thank you so much. To y'all, the fans, couldn't do it without you. So don't forget, down below is our tip jar if you're participating with us live. There are clickable links there for our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and Ko-Fi pages. You can cheer us on with bits. You can sub to the channel or give out gift subs. Every little bit helps. We love it, and we really appreciate all that. So now we're gonna go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am freaking tired.
Last words, Barry.
I'm gonna go play some Dead by Daylight and be an absolute degenerate. I'll see you guys later.
That'd be delight. I'm going to edit the episode, try to get in a little bit of FF7 Rebirth, and see what else I can do. I want to put in a little bit of time on those photo edits. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Mako will be here. Barry will be off plotting world domination. Ari will be here. Will you be here? I hope you are, because I want to tell you about 90s Con and other cool stuff that we got coming up. So that is it. End of list. We're getting up on out of here. So I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight. Great night. See you next week.
Good night.
Jane.
Say goodnight, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
Perfect. Awesome. We're getting out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!